What's up, you guys, and welcome to Beyond Beats and Culture. I am your host, Chase the Dark Sage, here with my co-host,
T.
and we're here with another episode. And as you can see from the title of the episode, if you're on any of the streaming services that host podcasts, or on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, like the video, but if you're on any podcast streaming services, make sure you rate the podcast, help your boys out. But today we're here to talk about the College Dropout. Recently, February has kind of passed, and we did miss the day, the actual day of the anniversary itself, but it's still 20 years of Kanye greatness with his debut album, The College Dropout. One of my favorite albums in his discography. In fact, one of my favorite hip-hop albums of all time. For me, I think it's a top 10 hip-hop album of all time.
I agree. I don't. No, I don't. I'm lying. My bad. I got caught in the moment. It's the camera, B.
Hey,
it's the camera.
Look, The College Dropout is a superb hip-hop album, which, if you have not listened to it yet, I think you should listen to it. I think especially with the times that's going on right now, with a lot of people that have went to college, dropped out of college, or maybe succeeded in college, they can relate to it.
Hey, 20 years ago, B, how old were you?
I'm saying now. I can relate to it more now.
I know, I'm just asking.
20 years ago? What am I, like 28 now? I was like 8.
I was
8 when it's dropped.
I was 9. I'm just thinking about it like, dang, 20 years ago was a long time ago, bro.
Yeah, very. And, obviously I wasn't into hip-hop as heavy as I am. I'm going to be real. I got more into Kanye around the graduation era of Kanye. That's
but
why
we knew Jesus walks.
Yeah, I knew that. But I'm talking about when I actually got into hip-hop, I'm going on the computer and downloading music. Yeah. It was around the graduation era. That's why I can remember, because I definitely wasn't into music when Late Registration came out. So I could definitely say that. And with Rhapsody and 106 and Park being on TV. All those type of things. But before then, Kanye had dropped The College Dropout. I keep wanting to call this Late Registration because I just recently
It's the superior album.
We could talk about that another day. But College Dropout, I think it's top 3 in Kanye's discography. What do you think?
Top three.
I give it top 3. I can't say 1 because I got My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I think I would list probably the same. Late Registration 2?
I want to put Late Registration 2 because I think the production is superb on that album. I just think that the problem with Late Registration, there's a certain point where, to me, the rest of the track...
You got Vultures at 2, don't you?
No, I just said Late Registration. I said I want to have it at 2, especially just based off of production alone. Right. But to me, I think Late Registration is better than College Dropout from the first half of that album. Okay. The first half of that album is so strong. Yeah, it is. When you start getting the Celebration, the song with Cameron and Consequence, and that song with Common, I'm just like, not the interlude. I'm talking about the one towards the end of the album. When you start getting into that, I feel like it just starts becoming watered down because I feel like the album is really strong up to Hey Mama.
You like Roses, though?
Yes. Okay. Everything up to Hey Mama. Okay. So that means...
Roses is... Roses it ain't the second half?
No, it's the first half.
Am I bugging?
After Hey Mama, I don't care about.
Okay.
But to me, that's one of my reasons. I mean, look at the track list, you be like, oh yeah, I don't remember these songs.
It's been a minute.
But when it comes to College Dropout itself, I feel like that album, to me, holds strongly across the whole album. I think it's paced really well. I think that the songs actually matter. I think that there isn't 1 or 2 songs where I'm just like, I could skip that one. I mean, there are some skips on College Dropout.
It's only 3 songs.
Okay, but I can also skip the song with Nas as well. I can skip that song We Major as well. I don't need that song. Great production, but I don't really care about the lyrics.
We Major is on Graduation.
No, We Major is on Late Registration.
It is, bro. I am bugging, bro.
I'm about to say it's right there.
You know what I'm thinking of?
What?
Bro, I told you my mind, bro. It's not the same no more, guys. I don't know what happened to me.
Boy, looking at the track list.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to me, man. I'm gone, B. I might have to retire, bro. You should have got me like 3 years ago. I don't know what happened, bro.
Look, we're gonna still keep you along, man.
All right, bro.
Like I said, to me, when it comes to College Dropout, throughout the whole album, it's good.
Yeah.
For me, Late Registration falls off after Hey Mama, which is why Late Registration and College Dropout, to me, they go back and forth like that for my number 2 spot.
Because like it could be any other day. You could be like, okay, I like Registration.
Because when I listen to Late Registration up to Hey Mama, I'm just like, this is the most perfect album. Yeah. Like, there's no skips on this.
It's just those highs are just so high.
That's the whole thing is high.
That's what. Well, that can be. I was gonna go to a whole nother subject that we was talking about earlier. But no. Anyways, I think you know what I mean. Yeah. But anyways, I don't know, bro. I just think Late Registration, the highs are just... Well, let's get into this album, B. My bad.
No, we can talk about Late Registration because we never talked about Late Registration. We're not going to review it in this video.
I know we can review it next year. Yeah. That'll be the 10 years. The 20 years.
Will it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
05, right?
I didn't know they came out.
Because remember, 2004, College Dropout is like a lot of other stuff he was working on in and like 02 and all that. So it's just doop. So 05, he was ready to put out, bro.
I mean, he dang near put out a masterpiece.
Because you gotta remember, he put out College Dropout 04 early February. So then he started.
He had all that time.
So
okay, yeah. And then back then, rappers would release an album a year type stuff.
Bro.
So,
yes.
Yeah, it was kind of rare for a rapper to really go a long stretch without releasing an album.
Yeah.
But when it comes to College Dropout, one of the best things I think about this album is the production itself. There is still no album to me that sounds similar to this.
Yeah.
The closest thing I might be able to give it, and I might be stretching this when I say this, maybe like a minstrel show from production, because Ninth Wonder to me, like I said in a previous podcast episode, he's like the Southern Kanye West with his soul samples and the way that his production is. I just think he uses the bass a bit more than Kanye did back then.
Okay.
That's my thing. But the only thing, I feel like no other album sounds like this, especially for the time it came out. And like I said, some of the topics that are on this album, I feel like I can relate to today, especially as being someone who went to college and seeing how some of these things are still topics that are still somewhat talked about today.
Right.
Not in like a huge amount like some of the stuff was back then, but I feel like some of these topics are still prevalent, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah. See, like with this album, me, bro, to be honest, I don't care about the subject matter. It's just fire, bro.
I mean, it's still fire.
The beat's good. Yes, it's relatable. You know what I'm saying? It's just Kanye was just at his peak. Rapping was good, even though he had those boys
People
around him. But it was good, bro. Like, just sonically, this album was like perfect. I hate to say that, but I still like Radio Station better. But it's like a perfect album, bro.
Yeah.
To me, top 10, one of the top 10 debut, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Top 10.
We gotta talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah, top 10 debut.
Top 10
oh yeah, that'd be a
debuts.
really good tier list. Or just a list, period.
Yeah. But the one thing I will say about this album, because I kind of am going to talk and touch upon Kanye's presence on this album, he sounds like he's hungry.
Yeah,
he sounds like he's trying to fight an uphill battle, and to me, he's winning it. The only problem I have with Kanye's presence on this album is generally when he has a feature on here, the feature kind of outshines him.
Yeah, but
I don't want to say outshines him like they just clear him, but you can tell that these other rappers are pretty seasoned compared to him. Right. While he still has that comedic tone back then that he brings in a lot now, way more now.
I don't think he's being funny.
No, some of the stuff he has comedic stuff like Workout Plan.
No. We talked about that. I'm talking about the new stuff. I don't think he's being funny. I think that's just his little brain. That's all he can think of at this time, bro. I'm just saying.
So you told me that
poopity scoop.
How many streams did he do?
Does it matter? Come on, you gonna be one of them guys?
Hey, but I'll say it like this: he can put out anything. People are gonna eat it up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, people are gonna eat that ish up. Get it?
Let's not the new Kanye overshine the old Kanye, bro.
Yeah, but we could talk about certain songs like the intro song with "We Don't Care," and this is also an album with skits, which we really don't see that.
Man, you don't see it no more, and they were perfect, bro. And what's it? I'm bugging, bro. I'm telling you, my memory. Was D-Ray on this one?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
D-Ray
he was on both. He was on both. Right?
He sounded like Bernie Mac.
Yeah. I was like, bro, hold up. I do not want to mess up my mind.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
I didn't listen to this album. I didn't refresh because like I listened to this album so many times.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to this like maybe once a week at this point. At least once a month.
Oh, you be playing it? It's
in my rotation regularly. Because I always got some songs I run back to, especially when I go
Spaceships.
Oh, that's one of the best songs on there. That's like top 5 songs on there, which we got to talk about that.
Subject matter, that is great.
I think, especially with the lead up into it, that little interlude or skit, whatever it is before it, I think it's a very great lead up into that song, which I think Kanye also did that on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy with all the lights interlude.
Right.
But, D-Ray is on this album, but we don't see many skits on albums nowadays. I think the last album that I really listened to with skits, I can't talk about this episode. Because it's another episode. But the last album I really listened to with skits was that Tory Lanez.
I was like, don't go Tory Lanez.
It was just too many.
Bro,
but I'm glad
crazy.
on streaming, he separated it.
Yeah.
I'm glad he separated it. Because I like it when on an album, if I just want to listen to a song, I can just go to the song. I ain't got to go through that whole minute interlude, and then I get to the song itself.
But do you miss skits?
Yeah. Especially when it tries to set the tone of an album. I think a lot of people nowadays don't really try to set the tone or try and tell a story with their album. You know, I just think they put out a collection of songs that all just kind of vibe and fit together, rather than actually kind of tell a narrative or story.
And that skit brings it all together at times.
I love the skits, especially like the ones off of Minstrel Show. Which,
only skits I don't like, bro, are like sex skits.
Oh, I hate those. Well, I hate those. I hate any type of. I kind of hate sex songs in general, though. Because I'm just like, I don't want to hear you talking about this. No, I don't. I just have to think about that. I was like, what? No. I think the worst interlude when it comes to sex was either on YG's debut album or Biggie's. Those are the two worst.
But at least Biggie's was funny though.
I don't want to hear that when I'm bumping the album in the car though.
Oh my god, bro. All right. We was at We Don't Care,
which is a great intro track
really
for the
fire,
album,
bro.
especially when it comes to him saying, drug dealing just to get by. That is such an iconic intro with the little kids singing it at the beginning too.
And it's just like, hold up, bro. Come on, bro. This don't, the kids don't supposed to be singing this in the car.
They not, but also, oh my life. Y'all ain't lived enough life to say that yet. So come on.
It's fire, bro. So,
we got the graduation day where the guy was getting mad and like, Kanye, what the F was you doing? Right. And then we got that nice little John Legend outro at the end as well that I like, where he kind of like screwed his voice and kind of auto-tuned it as well. I like that. I really enjoyed it.
All Falls Down is like, I think one of the
Kanye songs.
It was either Jesus Walk, All Falls Down was like the first Kanye song I ever heard. It was either Through the Wire.
I think for me, Slow Jams.
Slow Jams.
That I remember.
Okay, I think it was Through the Wire, bro. Was my first because I think I was watching like a 106 in Park episode and it was like on there and I was like, I didn't know who he was, bro. But Jesus Walk was something. I ain't gonna lie, Jesus. Hip hop heads. Because they knew about.
But we didn't
know. Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, like, bro, when it came to like, I ain't gonna lie, Jesus Walk, I hated that song.
When
I was a kid, I hated that song. I hated when it was on. I hated when it played on the radio.
I will say
I did not like that song.
It was catchy, but I wouldn't say that I was going around, hey, let's play that Jesus Walks.
No, I did not like that
song.
I
like it now, though, especially in retrospect to what hip-hop is nowadays, where no song preaching Christianity or religion is really being pushed on the people.
And I ain't gonna lie, yo. I'm a little devil over here. Even back then, I didn't want to go to like church.
I'm sorry, but what little kid wanted to go to church?
You?
No, I didn't. I didn't want to sit there and just listen to someone yell at me.
That's
I'm not saying nothing wrong with church. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with church.
I'm saying it might be. No, I'm saying. No, but look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, yo. Like you said, the preacher was yelling. That's why I used to always tell my mom, like, you want to go to church? Like, nah, he yelled too much. That was my number one excuse, bro.
But also it was boring because it wasn't like nothing to do. You had to sit there and you just had to look. I was a little kid though. Every little kid has been through that though. But after we have Jesus Walks. Oh well, you talked about Jesus Walks. All Falls Down, classic Kanye song about materialism and being facetious and being more so about physical appearances and things like that. That was nice, especially with him kind of touching on y'all effing up, but I kind of F up too because I do these things. Like I go buy a chain or something before I basically handle responsibilities and things like that.
But it's like a thing, bro. Like when we get more money, sometimes we spend more money, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
that's lifestyle creep.
It's just lifestyle creep.
But that's different though. He's talking about buying unnecessary.
Yeah, I know. Stuff. It's because you could tell people, hey, yo, bro, don't do that. But at the same time, like he said, he does it.
That's what I'm saying. Like him being a hypocrite. Basically.
Yeah, it's we all hypocrites, but it just takes that time of like. You just got to learn. Because once you learn from that mistake, you don't want to do it again. Yeah. Which we do, though. I ain't gonna lie, I made so many lifestyle creep situations. This watch is a mistake.
All this lifestyle creep right here,
bro. I'm telling you, bro.
There's a lot on camera that's lifestyle creep. 3 monitors.
Jeez.
But we got I'll Fly Away, a nice little interlude into spaceships, which I think sets the tone. It kind of, this feels like a grave ship. Right. This feels like a slave ship. I was like, okay, I like where this is going. Then spaceships, him talking about basically, just hate working that 9 to 5, feeling like it's a dead end job, not going anywhere. And GLC and Consequence. Phenomenal verses on that song. Very phenomenal. I think everybody flowed well. I think the production is stellar on that song.
I love this production, bro. Like, just go back to the skits just real quick. Like, he had a show that was supposed to come out, right? I don't know if it was on HBO. But like us talking about these skits was like, I wonder how it would have been if Kanye really would have put out that little sketch show he was
Do you think it would have been like
it's a pilot? It's a pilot out here, like JB Smooth in it.
Would it have Dave Chappelle? Because I know he performed some of these songs at Dave Chappelle's block party.
Now I don't know if he was in the show he had. Because I only saw a pilot. I might have to, if I find it, I'm gonna send it to you. But yeah, that just brought a memory bank back in my. I was like, oh yeah, cool. He did have a little show.
I'm gonna have to check it out or see.
It's a pilot.
I do want to see what it looks like. Yeah. Speaking of pilots, have you seen the Boondocks one that recently surfaced? Yeah. I haven't watched it all the way, but it's just nice that we talk about pilots and black stuff.
Black stuff. It's Black History Month, bro. Come on.
All right, after Spaceships,
I hate.
We talk. You on that Kanye during that like Pablo era right now. Hey, and you got the orange on too. I'm just saying.
saying.
But we got Jesus Walks after that. We kind of already touched upon that, so we don't need to talk about that. Never Let Me Down. Another song where I'm saying like the features outshine Kanye.
But it's Jay-Z.
I know. I'm just saying like like I said, Kanye sounds newer. He sounds hungry.
Yeah.
But that's my only gripe with the album. If I had to nitpick the album, is that his features are better than him when they're on the song.
I love the female vocals on this song.
Oh, I do too. I do too. I love Jay-Z on the song.
Yeah,
and then
Jay-Z.
when Jay-Z comes back for another verse, when he's like, yo, let me spin the block again. I'm like, hey, yo, Jay, why are you doing this to the song right now? He already introed it. And then Kanye had a strong verse on that song as well.
Facts.
Then we got Get 'Em High, one of my favorite songs on the album. I love Get 'Em High.
I love the song too, but I don't know if it's one of my favorites.
It's one of my favorites. I wouldn't say it's one of the best. That's one of my
that
favorites.
Beat,
I will say that Common, he got that old-timey flow that he brings into every single song. I'm glad that Kanye kind of produced that because I don't know why, but Common could kind of find that old-timey flow that he uses.
Have we talked about my discrepancies with Common voice?
Nuh-uh.
We're gonna talk about that one day.
We gotta do a B album.
Yeah, bro. But we gotta talk about. Even though I love that album, but it's something about Common voice. Like what you saying, this song is great. Stellar verses from Talib,
and it has
Common. Kanye had a good verse.
That good comedic thing that Kanye usually. He really puts it in this album. He doesn't really bring it on the Late Registration.
Like Late Registration seemed more like I just feel like it was
tone.
Yeah, like even with the album covers, like even though like the Bear is like sad, but it's like a brighter cover, and then like Late Registration is like. You registered late. I don't know.
I feel like it was more darker.
It was a more darker album.
Atmosphere and what subject matter.
Yeah, that's what.
Especially when it comes to songs like Roses.
Yeah.
But and Addicted. Yeah. Which is one of my favorite songs from Kanye.
Yeah,
feels so good. But I love the little back and forth that Kanye West and Talib Kweli has. Like, yo, Ty, like like let me use your name so I can get this girl right here. I kind of like that right there. He references Biggie in that song as well. Common. I don't know what he was on compared to everybody else on that song, but I mean, he wasn't bad on the song. It's just that
it was alright,
especially he was legendary back then. Yeah. I mean, he's still a legendary rapper now, but back then,
I think the more music he put out,
the watered down his discography. That's a lot of rappers now.
Not Nas.
Touche. I had to think about that.
Our Face Mob.
Touche again. We got Workout Plan, which is a skit, and the new Workout Plan, which is
classic, bro. I used to love watching that video when I was a kid, bro. No, I'm just saying it was funny. It was colorful. It wasn't like that.
All right. The yoga pants was pretty colorful.
You know what music video I was ready to watch as a kid?
Don't say Tip Drill.
No, Ignition by R. Kelly, bro.
Oh, that was not too freaky, but I remember that he was in the actual hotel with a bar and all that.
See, I don't remember. I thought the video was gonna be crazy because of the subject matter.
Oh, I did. You know what's funny? I never really realized what the lyrics was saying to that song until I got as an adult.
See, I was a kid in the car with my mom being like, "I'm ready to see this music video." I remember her laughing when I said that. I never forget
Now,
that.
the actual original Ignition. That song is wild.
Hey, the remix,
especially compared to the remix.
Yeah,
I'm like,
remix of Bob. It's like, huh?
It's like these two songs are different.
It's totally different songs.
But we got New Workout Plan, which is a classic song in Kanye's singles. Slow Jams, another classic.
Bro.
Now, be real. Which version of Slow Jams do you like more? If you really do know the differences between this or the Twista album version. Do you know the difference?
I don't know the difference.
Okay, so I know off top.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, in the middle of Kanye's verse or Twista's verse, Smokey Robinson. That's on the Kanye version. In the actual Twista version on his album,
he's rapping.
It just goes straight into his verse. Okay. It doesn't have that little bridge in the middle of it.
But I knew he shared that song.
Yeah, they shared a song on their debut album. Yeah. Well, I don't think that's his debut album.
Who, Twista? No, Twista been rapping since the 90s.
Yeah. But that was. I don't want to say breakout album, but that album had like his two biggest hits on there.
Which ones?
Overnight Celebrity and Slow Jams. Right. Those are like Twista's biggest songs.
What about Rain on Me or something like that?
Well, I'm talking about back then. Like breakout album type stuff.
Think so?
On the radio? Who had Twista on the radio?
I thought he had like a big song in the 90s. I don't know, bro. I'm not a Twista guy.
I mean, neither of us are.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, obviously, you know more than me. I never even listened to that album.
I was the one Twista mixtape. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
He put out a mixtape before?
Like when I was in high school.
Okay, man.
It had Absol on it, so I was like, all right, let me check it out.
Okay.
He got that grace, and I would never do that mistake again. It was one Twista
song I liked on.
I like Adrenaline Rush.
I like doom doom doom. Oh yeah, Adrenaline Rush is a classic though. Doom doom doom. They sampled Lovely Day. Lovely Day. Lovely Day.
We got to listen to that after the podcast.
Yeah,
after Slow Jams, we got Breathe In, Breathe Out. One of the two skips on this album. I love Ludacris. I love Kanye. Definitely not a match made in heaven on this one. This is the one where I'm just like, why did you get Ludacris for a hook of all things? Yeah. Especially when Ludacris was able to rap back then. I get it, he was the catchy hook man probably back then, but I wouldn't go to Ludacris for a hook, especially when Kanye was doing pretty good hooks himself on this album, or he got a sample to do the hook itself.
Yeah, I don't know what was the point of Luda on here, bro.
Yeah, that one to me that was a waste of feature.
Yeah, I don't really care for that.
And that's like the one time that he gets Luda on.
But I don't care about that song.
No, I'm saying this is the one out of two skips on this album. Yeah. School Spirit skip 1. Yeah. Beat This. And it has a little Jimmy or whatever, dude. Mm-hmm. And then you go into School Spirit, the actual song, which is the second skip to me. Right. This song could go because to me it's like literally a college song. Yeah. And I'm like, I get the album is called College Dropout. Right. I don't want to hear a college song. Delta, step, Omega, step that ish out of here.
You remember that line that Fonte had? Dang, bro, I'm bad right
Study abroad. I know what song you're talking about. He had this one called. They trying to study abroad, but they really try to study abroad.
No, but he had another you need to step your game up. He had a whole fraternity. It was hard. I can't not think of.
I can't think of it right now. Is it on Minstrel Show?
Yeah, Fonte's.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Amazing, bro.
He's a beast. But then we got 2 skits back to back with the School Spirit skit and then Lil Jimmy. And Lil Jimmy basically kind of reinforcing my dad went to school and got all these degrees and now he died and he basically left us with nothing and he was nobody basically with all them degrees. And I like that goes into the theme, even though it's kind of sad when you think about it. But it goes into the theme of the album of you don't need college to achieve your dreams or goals or to be someone in life. Basically, you gotta just put the work in and be talented.
Yeah. Or unless you want to be a doctor, you have any other STEM degrees.
Anything that needs a degree, get a degree. But wanting to be a rapper and getting a degree, you don't need to do that.
But how college is whole marketed to us anyway? I can go in the whole thing.
I feel because I know a lot of people say that college is a scam. I don't think it's a scam. I think it was mismarketed to
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because I felt you need to get college to be successful. And people going to school for art degrees and going in $80,000 a debt, but they can't get a job. Facts. But some of the stuff lays true. No, I got a degree. Yeah. Spent too much on a degree, but I got a degree right now. I can't get any type of job that I really want that's 30 or 40 an hour. Right, that would be nice, but I had to create my own path with the things I do want. So. Yeah, my degree, basically useless. Even though I didn't go to school for the degree that I got now, it's basically useless. It's a paperweight. It's just something to put something in the frame, basically, for me. Which is why I relate so heavily to this album, because I went to school, and I'm getting a degree just isn't everything. It's not what's going to guarantee you success in life. It's not going to guarantee you that job. Obviously, you got to put the work in and apply that degree to have maximum success with it. Thanks. But just getting the degree itself does not guarantee you success. And obviously I had to learn that the hard and expensive way. Yeah. So
it's gonna hurt your pockets.
Oh, it already did. And it still is. I pay for my sins right now.
Hey man.
Next song we got 2 words with Mos Def and Freeway. Like I said, when the feature's on there, they gon'
you gotta look at the people he had.
No, that's what I'm saying. He has high caliber rappers, especially for at that time. Facts. So it's not a diss to Kanye. Like I said, if I had to nitpick, 2 songs to skip, Breathe In, Breathe Out, and School Spirit, and the features outshine him every single time they're on the song.
See, that's not even a problem to me. You wanna know why?
It's not a problem to me because but if you had to take a negative, if you had to give this album,
how is that a negative though?
It's not a negative. It's fact.
It should be great because they actually adding good content to the album.
They are, but when it comes to okay, so how about this? I can relate this to maybe an anime.
Hold on, listen. No, before this.
Okay.
Kanye's a curator. Yeah. He know who's to put on that shit. He know they're going to out-rap him. Come on, bro.
But see, this is the thing.
If it was a rappy dude, then I'd be like, yeah, bro, they got you.
So this is the thing for me right here, right? It's like anime.
This guy
I don't want to see the side character outshine the main character. There's going to be side characters you like here and there going along that path, but I don't want to see that side character outshine the main character, even though I know the main character is going to do his thing.
But you know what Kanye do, bro? He brings out the...
But that's now, though. I'm talking about back then.
Even then! He was a producer.
I didn't really see him as a great curator.
Oh, my God.
I didn't look at that type of stuff. My beautiful dark twisted fancy opened my eyes.
Listen to him now, though. Listen, that mindset you have on Kanye now, think about it then, because you was young. Yeah. Put that mindset on him. I'm like, Kanye knows.
But I'm saying if I had to give a nitpick,
it's being so picky for no reason.
That's the point of a nitpick.
I don't like him, bro.
You gotta take a nip. I'm saying if you had to give a nitpick, I already told you this album is always in my rotation. Yeah. So I can listen to this front to back, no problems. I enjoy Kanye's verses. It's just the features outshine him. And generally, when it comes to a rap album, I kind of want you to put your best foot forward, and I want that to be the best foot on the song. I want the others to just add to your greatness. You know what I'm saying? I get it though. I get it. He had high caliber rappers on there though, so I'm not mad at that. I'm saying if I had to choose a problem, if a gun was to my head, name one problem with College Dropout. Features are better, and like, breathe in, breathe out, school spirit, gotta go. Those are my nitpicks. But I can still listen to the album back to front to back with the skits in them. I have no problem with the skits.
Through the Wire.
Right, really. This is like top 10 greatest Kanye songs. So.
Like a really good hip hop song as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Especially when it shows like, no, I don't want to say the underdog. I mean, basically the underdog.
Yeah, and it just,
but
bro,
him saying
the
where he
pain,
comes
bro,
from.
and just the voice. You could crazy like hearing like his voice was totally different, bro, and him actually rapping through the wire
with his mouth shut,
like it's crazy,
which is an incredible feat just in general.
I'm gonna pull a Jorge on here. You know what I'm saying? Do you really think he got beat up instead of a car accident? I think I remember Jorge freaking out saying that this man never really got that car accident.
He had them kind of car accident. B, I watched the documentary. Obviously, everything in it was true. So.
No, I heard a little bit of fake, a little fluff in there. Now you think he was stealing, bro? If somebody just won his jaw straight,
I don't think Kanye was that tough of a dude to be into that situation. He would not put himself in those type of situations.
Well, you know he talk a lot, bro. They was
but back then he wasn't trying to talk like that.
Bro, he was annoying.
That stuff with the interviews and all that stuff from back then. Yeah, you know.
But you could tell, bro, when he was in them office, bro, he was annoying. They were like,
no. I mean, I watched the interview with Lil Brother, and they was talking about how annoying Kanye was back then. This is the Kanye that's happening now? Oh, that's still the same Kanye we had back then. He was talking about how he kept calling them back to back about a song. Dang, I forgot the name of the song. I Seen Now. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my eye right now. I got something in it. But
dang, bro, I know you wilding right now, bro.
I know. I'm just crying from the greatness of Through the Wire, honestly.
And then they're like, bro, I could go on a lot of little stories you hear about Ye, especially the younger Ye, bro.
But
right?
Yeah, it's just my eye. I don't know what happened to it.
Bro, dropping tears over here.
I mean, this album is great, so I mean, why wouldn't I? But next song, we only got 2 more songs. Yeah, Family Business, which is a pretty cool, chill song. Cool I enjoy it. You didn't have to tell her I used to pee in the bed.
You know, it's Kanye, bro.
And I like the fact that Travis sampled it on 90210 on Rodeo.
Yeah.
Then the last song. The longest song.
Yeah, the longest.
Last Call. I think it's like, what, 6 or 12 minutes?
Yeah, it's long, bro.
Yeah, and I do like the fact of the story he's trying to tell of like how he actually got into making the College Dropout.
And I think that the verse is like an old verse as well. So
yeah, he was talking about how
pushing Miracle Whips. And,
he said that I showed that to so-and-so. They was like, oh, that's tight. But then they didn't want to sign.
Yeah. Like, come here, bro. You annoying. Could you get it, bro?
I mean, but he was ahead of the time, though. Back then, they was like, hey, why you carrying all these cameras around? Hey, we got G and so the documentary.
Yeah, bro.
So I'm happy with it. Yeah, Thank you, Cootie.
Man, so lawless.
No, did you see what Kanye's like? I didn't give him permission for that. I was like, yo.
That's what I'm saying, bro. People be messing. But it's crazy, bro, how like you look at it like people be messing over Kanye, but Kanye be messing over people as well.
No, but he was supposed to get Cootie for the Jesus Walk video. Yeah, I went with Hype Williams. Yeah. You know, the way he shoots his videos from top down makes you look big. I told Cootie I'll get him on the next one. You gonna do him like that? You gonna do your whole career? He threw his whole comedic career away just to film you.
It's cool. He was gonna be the comedy.
Hey, he was like, hey, I'm gonna make these millions. Right?
Bro got that call from Netflix, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
I got all of it right now. I got all the hard drives. Hey, he was just bringing them all in. All in portable hard drives.
All in reels.
Boy said, yeah, this gonna be a few mil for y'all.
Damn, Cootie.
Hey, he made his money off of that.
His name is Cootie, bro. Come on, bro.
No, it's the fact of when you look at that documentary, this man literally threw his whole career away just to film someone else. Then that person eventually stopped talking to you and dropped you. It's like, dang.
But he was with him for a while, though.
No, he was with him for a while. Through like all the graduation, I think. And then after that, I think that's when it fell off.
And then I thought he had some stuff with
he did film. Yeah, he did film some other stuff, but that's when he caught Kanye. Yeah. And then, once the Donda stuff was happening, then he got him then.
Yeah, because, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I only watched the first part.
You only watched the first one? Yeah. I watched all of them. I enjoyed it, but I will say that...
I enjoyed the first part, but...
I will say it's disjointed only because Cootie wasn't always there. I get why, real life stuff does happen, and Cootie himself has a family.
Right.
But it did feel a bit disjointed at times. So I'm just like, dang, I wish I could have seen like, bless you.
Stop, bro. You can edit that out.
No, say again. One take Drake.
They seeing my flaws, B.
Like I said, it does feel a bit disjointed because I really would have loved to see like in the documentary the whole process of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah,
because I'm just like, whoa, like if I would have just seen what was happening.
But Kanye got footage of that.
Yeah,
most definitely.
But I want him to release it, and this is the thing with Kanye. He's too much of a perfectionist to where he's not going to release that.
When Kanye die, bro, it's gonna be some heat out there, bro. Somebody's gonna be leaking shit. You think it's cuz he gonna leak that?
The one with the laptop doing the story.
That's gonna be on X videos. My cousin stole the laptop. I was
I was F&B words on. Paid him $250 million.
Where's he get it from?
Real friends.
What? Real friends. Hold up, bro. That was crazy. Real friends coming right after that. That's insane.
No, that was Real Friends.
That's what I said. That's the name. That was the song. Yeah. But I was just saying him saying it right after that word.
That's not your friend. That's your cousin.
Bro, it was Real Friends, bro.
Oh man.
Bro. All right, that great album, bro. 10 out of 10 with skips.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 with skips.
With skips, bro.
I will admit that. Even though the skips aren't like major skips, it was like, oh, like this song again. Like it's like I could go without.
And then like
this.
with any album, it has those big hits that you probably skip if you play it.
Yeah, this was definitely the radio play song.
Yeah.
Like this is the radio, like strategic song for the radios. I mean, getting Ludacris at that time, who was hot as fish grease back then.
Hey, Luda.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something slanderous. I was about to look at you. I'm about to say, don't say nothing slanderous about Luda.
I would, but I'm not.
So
I'll leave that for the hot take.
You give this album a 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
I
no
give this
skips.
album a 10 out of 10 as well.
10 out of 10,
I
no
think that this
skips.
is a fantastic album that if you are into hip hop, you need to have listened to this.
It's like one of those introduction albums, bro.
I will say that. I definitely will say that. How do you feel if like someone's a seasoned veteran in hip hop, been listening to it, hasn't listened to this album? Would you still recommend it to them?
Yeah, I would.
Do you think that they'll still enjoy it? I know that'd be weird. I'm giving you a very
that's very rare
dystopian what if situation type stuff.
I think
far
that
in the future, lost media type stuff.
I think that like it because I think there's a lot of I actually heard people say it's like those like 90 golden era guys that was like, yo, I shitted on anything that was pretty much mainstream. Kanye was one of them, and then they like went back and like, yo, I enjoyed College Dropout, I enjoyed Late Registration, Kanye. And My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and all that, because a lot of people that was really into the underground, they used to like crap on like mainstream artists. And one thing about Kanye, he bridged it, bro. Like, cause he has like Talib, he got Common, Mos Def,
but then you also got Ludacris.
You got Luda, you got Jay-Z. So it's like, I think he was like that bridge between like backpackers at the time and mainstream artists.
I completely agree.
And that's why I think he made such a big impact, bro, because he had really dope production.
Yeah,
he had the soulful production, like, bro, the sampling. He was like technically bringing it back in the mainstream. So
I completely agree. So now I gotta ask you this: without knowing the context of this album, do you think people later on will still acknowledge like this album is a great hip hop album by itself without the context?
Facts. Yeah.
I always think about that sometimes when it comes to classic albums. Like, if you listen to a classic album now, you have no context of what is done.
Yeah.
You just listen to it now. Would you still think it's great? That's always like one of my things because me, I'm very slanderous. I listen to a classic album from back then. I'm like, not for me.
I think it's one of those timeless ones, bro. I like, to me, like Man on the Moon by Kid Cudi is one of those for me. I never can pinpoint the time it came out. To me, I feel like if it dropped right now.
But I completely agree with you. Yeah. There's nothing I can disagree with that because there's nothing where it's like it's time stamping it. Where it's like, oh yeah, I have minutes on my phone. Where it's like, no, it's just literally what's happening to him internally, what he's doing out, and how things are affecting him.
And like with College Dropout, I feel that same way. Even though you have some references, for the time, but it's like that album to me is not dated.
Like I said before, some of the topics that I talked about back then are still talked about are prevalent now.
Right.
So to me, it is a timeless classic in terms of it touching on certain things. Right. And also, like you said, it did bridge the gap between the underground sound and the mainstream sound perfectly, beautifully. And somehow some of these artists all mix onto this album.
Right. Perfect.
Obviously, this album is cohesive. The production itself is great. The rapping on it is all the way great itself. There was just no super whack ball. I'm like, oh, that verse was horrible. Get it out of here. So overall, I think that the College Dropout is a must listen to if you are a Kanye fan. Obviously, I got this on vinyl, so I'm super excited
I
for this
don't.
album. Yeah, you're bugging.
I never had it. That's crazy. I never buy. I don't buy like essentials that much.
Guys, no taste. That's all I want to say.
No, he's
He'll
joking.
buy a Benny the Butcher album over this. Come
Yeah,
on,
Tana
dude.
Talk 3.
Who's this guy? But that's about it for the College Dropout. Let us know what you think about the College Dropout down in the comment section down below. Make sure you check this podcast out wherever you can, whether it be on YouTube to watch the video version, Spotify where you can listen or watch the video version as well, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your podcast. Make sure you rate the show if you have not already and like the video on YouTube. And just come and see us and see what we're talking about on the channel itself or on the actual podcast page itself. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out.
T.
Peace.
My bad. I did it again.